Liverpool versus Man City finished 2-2 overall, and it was probably a fair result, to be fair. It really was on the run of play at the end of it. To be honest, if I'm telling you, as a Liverpool fan, um, I thought we were lucky. I thought we were quite lucky, especially after that first half. The stats don't tell you it, but like it literally felt like we were being smothered throughout that whole first half. Like we were just getting to points where we couldn't string a pass together, couldn't get out of our own half properly, just really, really like holding on. There was a Champions League game where the first half of the game was like that. I can't remember which time it was against Man City. I think we ended up going on to win it in that game. But even so, like that's what it felt like. You come out into the second half. The second half is where all the goals happened, and pretty much one of the best attacks that we'd had, if not one of the only ones, one of very few that it felt like we had, or genuine ones, was Salah getting the burst on down the right hand side. He cuts it back, and Mane is making the best run, slides it in for him, and Mane puts it past the goalkeeper, just dinks it through like the armpit area, and makes it 1-0 to Liverpool. And you're thinking, yes, great stuff, fantastic. But literally like 10 minutes later, it was Phil Foden putting it in the back of the net to make it 1-1. And this is kind of what it was like. It'd be like we would score soon after they would score, and then we would go and score again, which we did. Mohamed Salah absolutely pulling off some magic in the box with his feet. Some of the quickest feet I've seen from him since the goal he scored against Tottenham a couple of years ago. He's very capable of doing this, hitting it on his weaker foot as well, putting us in front at 2-1 on the 76th minute. Klopp rightly takes off James Milner because he was at risk of how he didn't get sent off. I don't actually know. Probably should have been sent off for sure. So Joe Gomez comes on, and I'm not saying that it really has anything to do with it because it's a quality strike from Kevin De Bruyne, but pretty much, what was it, 5 minutes after we'd made it 2-1, they go back and make it 2-2 through Kevin De Bruyne. And I think on the face of it, we should be disappointed not to see out that game. A game that in the first half it looked like we were going to be lucky to get anything out of the game. That's what it looked like to me. Anyway, to come out there with a point, it's not ideal, but it is what I predicted. I felt that we would end up drawing this game, and that two quality teams coming up against each other could end up cancelling each other out, which I'm not sure cancelling each other out is exactly what this is. It was two different performances from us in the first and second half, and a lot of pressure from Guardiola's team as well, playing away from home to Liverpool as well. They played really, really well. We ended up playing really well and being clinical with our chances in the end, but it just wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough against, you've got two teams here that you're thinking these guys are going to be, going for the league along with Chelsea, who are now above us. We are second, and Man City are third. I think Chelsea are on 16, we've got 15, they've got 14, something like that. Anyway, let me just double check it. Yeah, that is right. Yeah, it's not the greatest result. It's not the most disappointing result either. Great performances in the second half, almost sort of throughout from Andy Robertson. Just a never-ending gas tank from that man. Some good defensive plays as well, like some not so great ones, obviously because we conceded 2 goals as well. Mohamed Salah being on fire just as he is in front of goal and showing us exactly what he can do with his world-class quality, but just not enough to shut out the game, or really finish off the game. There were chances there that we could have taken to make it 2 or 3-1, or maybe even go to 3-2, but honestly, it's not the greatest result, but I think at the moment, not that it counts for a great deal, Liverpool are currently the only unbeaten team, and we haven't suffered a loss yet. It doesn't mean anything, in terms of we are the best team in the league or whatever. We are one of them. We came up against another one that is one of the best teams in the league as well. And we've already faced Chelsea. We drew there as well. So not losing these games is good, but not winning them either just gives you a little bit of, when we get to the end of the season, how is it going to be? Is it going to be on goal difference? Is it going to be a couple of points here or there? We may look back to games like this thinking it's just not enough. Do we regret not being able to finish off these types of games? And we would if we ended up finishing a title race on goal difference or just like a couple of points here or there. But yeah, otherwise, it is what it is. I think we go into an international break now, so I don't know why we have so many international breaks already. We've had two, and we've only played 7 games of the Premier League season. It's madness. Anyway, it's another international break, a lot to reflect on. Some good stuff as well as some stuff that obviously the team needs to work on in games like this against the Man City and stuff like that. But hey, we'll pick it all up. During the international break as well, we'll do a couple of videos here and there looking at what can we improve, but also highlighting what we're doing well, because sometimes it's difficult when you're looking at all the things you can improve. You sometimes forget about the things that we're actually doing well, and we can't forget them really, even though right now it kind of feels like it doesn't feel like a loss, but it does feel like a missed opportunity of being able to go 2 points above Chelsea. I think it would be 2 points, or at least 1 point above Chelsea, whatever. But the fact that we're there and thereabouts, all right, we've got a lot of teams that are around us. I think it's going to be like this for a long, long time, up until maybe Christmas time, when maybe one or two maybe drop off around, position 4 and 3 in the table. But we'll see who those teams are when that time comes around. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like it and subscribe if you're new around here. Get your thoughts in the comment section below as well. But for now, I'm going to get out of here. Do take care of yourselves. Have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll catch you later.